Coach Ray, Cobra Rhodes. What's up, guys? So,
Hey, part two.
what's going on with Michael and Devon? What's the situation there? How do you see that? I saw that you made a video, but
Yes, I did last night or the night before. Yeah, no, last night. It was just on my mind a little bit. I see a lot of the negative stuff online about it. Some people hating, and there's that
what
growing.
are they hating? I'm like, it's so ridiculous to hate on a match just to hate on a match, you know?
Exactly, exactly. And I was concerned, my friend Ingen Terzi, I watched his video of him talking, the Desperate Pinocchio video.
Okay, yeah.
And when I looked at my brother, it just brought me concern. I know he's fine, but he seems shaken. He seems hurt, and I've never seen him like that before. I just don't understand that part. Let them. It's not even his. I don't know. I'm not used to that in his element. He's usually a very energetic, positive person in the sport. So I'm really caught off guard by that.
Yeah, but I'm looking at it. I'm like, I believe just Engin took offense on some things that Devon said, but because he was having so much fun, they did video in Turkey with Vitali and Levan, doing and I thought that's the best. I'm like, this is so funny. It's so Derek was doing the live stream and Engin comes on and he talks, something, I will arm wrestle you without desperation and things like that. And I'm like, that's all fun. But at some point they just lost communication. They didn't communicate with each other, in my opinion, correctly, or whatever was the situation. I'm like, I believe all these things can be fixed with this, Hey, what's up?
Well, what I got from that was I believe Mr. Terzi thought that Devin sent thousands of people to attack him. I would think that Engin's skin is thick enough to shuck that off. It's 2021.
Yeah.
There's going to be trolls, and Devin has almost 500,000 subs, correct?
Yeah.
There's going to be the people that are pecking at Engin and making him upset probably have never chalked up before.
Oh, forever, for sure, yeah. They
So
should be taken seriously in any.
Yes, I wish I could be a shield for him for these arrows, because they mean nothing. Opinions are like buttholes. Everybody's got one.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I mean, let like water off of a duck's back. If you're gonna be in this cyber world, your skin better be as tough as a world champion arm wrestler, and that he is. So I'm really surprised that it must really, really be bothering him to be carrying on in this manner.
Yeah, I don't. They just need to talk it out. However, where it's going, they just need to talk it out. I thought if they would do a match, I'm like, awesome. Why not? I don't care. It's like, it's something to remember. Engin pulled with Devon in an official match. Who wins, who lost, don't care.
Okay, I on that topic again, I saw some things Engin was saying that he was angry because Devon said, yes, I will smash you or something, and then he withdrew.
Okay.
Did you understand that part?
I didn't understand that because.
But did you hear him saying it?
No, I haven't watched the video yet.
Okay.
I have read.
Some of it he's put in writing even.
Yeah.
That Devon lied. He said I will smash you or so. I don't know the particulars, and I don't want to get into an internet war with Engin or anyone, because it's just not I don't have the energy for it. But I just thought, I was thinking, he was saying that, will not pull. If Devin wants the match, I will not pull Arthur. You have to, and the word respect is used a lot. And I'm just thinking, well, geez, what is the Arthur guy worth? If he can just be, if his retirement match was the 24th against Ingen, and then in one day of the internet, oh no, Arthur, you're gone. I'm going to arm wrestle Devin.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I understand what
perhaps
you're
it was
saying. Yeah. Yeah.
negotiated before. Oh, hey, Arthur, if I get this match with Devin, don't buy a plane ticket. But you know what I mean? Where does he stand in this? If we're talking respect, myself, if I had a match with someone set for the 24th, because that was the first thing, I'm having my retirement match against Arthur. Devin enters the fray, and Arthur is naval link now. He doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's how my mind works.
Sorry, man.
Oh, stop flexing in front of me. I get intimidated by all those muscles.
No. That's my cat wants to get on table. It's like, um, I don't want to get into any drama. I think that's kind of ridiculous. Guys just call each other, talk it out, however
Yeah.
you see, wherever the line is, just,
Mhm.
we're all adults. They are friends. They respect each other so much. It's just, I think some comments from Devin went too far, and maybe in Engen's mind, I wouldn't care, maybe you wouldn't care too, but everyone's different. So I get it. I really get it. I
Mhm.
really get it. But just talk it out, and yeah. Let's move on. I don't want to talk
Yeah.
drama. Let's talk about
Okay.
the match. So what's up with
Yeah.
the match
I think it's the best thing to happen to arm wrestling
in a year?
in decades.
Yeah.
Because the eyes, as I said in my video, thank you, Larry Wheels, and you folks, because this potentially has the chance to be seen by so many eyeballs that it could be insane. I hope it's a great match. I hope it's a great match. It has the potential to be explosive.
Yeah, it's gonna be war either way. I'm like, it's not even if there's no thing as fast wins. It with
Mm,
Michael and Devon, with both of these guys. So
mm.
okay, we're not even gonna look there. So I think the match is great. It's not the match we wanted, but it's the match we have, and I'm very happy with it. And I know both of them will perform and show. If they
Oh
know so
yes,
many eyeballs are looking at them, it's like I said this in video. There's like I said, there's no easy match versus Michael Todd, and there is no time where Devon hasn't showed up.
correct,
Yeah.
correct. Yeah, and health issue for Devin will not be a problem at this show.
Have you talked with him?
I have talked with him.
Okay.
He's listen. This guy is a tried and true killer. Special forces. He knows what it takes to achieve, and he's going to do it. We all know Michael's worth ethic. This is going to be bonkers. Michael actually just got in. He called me in his truck with his wife, and they're going on a 10-day excursion out west.
That's
And
awesome.
he's going to be collabing and training with some huge people in the strength world. I'm going to wait and let him announce that here in a few hours. I'm not going to, that's his show, but he'll be making an announcement in a couple of hours saying that
Yeah, he told me
exactly what he's
he told
doing.
me that
And,
that was the plan in Dubai. He told me he wanted to go around
mhm,
the country and
and he's really got some neat things set up for content with some stars of the strength world.
yeah, it's about time arm wrestlers start doing this. It's about damn time.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I'll tell you what, I wish all this was going on 30 years ago.
Yeah.
We'd be on my yacht right now, buddy.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, I'd give you one of my yachts.
Like as a present, you know.
Yeah, we'll
Nice
race. Come over to my house. We can race yachts.
guy. Oh man, that's yeah, it's a great time for armors. Not in COVID situation, but overall it's great time because even though we kind of stuck, everyone's stuck at home. Everyone's like, okay, I will at least make something, you know, talk about something. You talk about the issues, the community, make some matches, whatever. So something's going on. I really love what Engin did in Turkey. That event was just amazing. Those matches
Great.
were just killer, you know.
I haven't seen them.
Haven't seen them? No?
No,
Okay.
I've been
Okay.
busy. I've been really busy with Uncle John
Okay. Okay.
doing our shows. We have already got 6 shows in the can, 6 shows completed. There's a little bit of production things that we're still doing, putting on some bells and whistles,
Hmm.
but um, we're gonna get plenty of them in the can and do our releases as scheduled and see where it takes us from there.
Yeah.
Just trying to share a little bit of the history from my point of view and some of my matches as well. And we'll be showing other matches of other athletes, as well as we're going to be doing some A-list celebrity interviews as well.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm like, when I kind of started this, I just started it because I'm at one point, I'm like, a lot of people are doing it, and I believe I can do some things better, so I just should start doing it. So I just started making videos
And you
about
are.
exercises, and I'm
You've
like,
got.
okay, so you know, and just do it. And at some point, it was basically me and Ryan. You know, it was me and Ryan. He's doing his thing, I'm doing my thing, and then me, Giannis, he and John, and you know, and things like that. Now it's like 40, 50 people, and it's
Uh-huh.
and people, and some people will think it's a competition. It's not a competition.
No,
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 no.
no. The niche that you have, Ray, the sport needs.
Yeah.
I've watched a lot of your content, and I think it's great.
Thank you.
Especially, no, not especially, but your training content is some of the best that I've seen.
Thanks, man.
And that, the newbies, you guys that are here, look at the link below here and see Voice of Arm Wrestling. And that's Coach Ray I'm talking to. He's running the show. If you want to learn from the grassroots how to close your hand, that's where you need to be. So sub to Voice of Arm Wrestling or else.
Or exactly, we'll find you.
Yeah, myself with this YouTube thing, it was my 11-year-old and his mom told me that they think I need to share because we don't even talk about arm wrestling, but I mean, I started watching you guys and they see me watching you guys. They're like, Dad, why don't you? And I was, what am I going to do? I don't have anything to offer. And they looked at me like I had
Bullshit.
3 heads.
Yeah.
So here I am. I went out there and I looked at the talent. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. And then I heard Uncle John's voice and I said, hey, Uncle John, this is Cobra Rhodes. Who? He said, Cobra Rhodes. You're doing great, man. Can we talk? And now you have it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, I always encourage people, like, if you don't tell those stories will forever be lost.
Yeah.
Know your perspective on things, on matches, and there's so many things to discuss, and you can even find some footage or pictures, you know, when to make story, not just you talking on camera, but you know, some visual aids or things like that. So that's the part of arm wrestling that I don't want people to miss. It's the history, it's the
Did you
story.
have a chance to see our first show?
No, I have a list of everything.
When I pulled Gary Goodridge?
And I put it up, so I watch it when I'm with it free. But I will check it out. I watched the small snippet on your channel from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the first show we just released last Friday, and it was myself and Gary Goodridge in 1991.
1991.
Pretty good one.
Yeah.
Pretty good match.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. So we'll figure this stuff out. We'll move forward, and I think arm
Hmm.
wrestling will be bigger than ever, in my opinion. You know, we already we have more podcasts than there's consciousness going on, but yeah, people cannot even like yeah. The one thing I want to talk, and it's kind of interesting subject. So it's kind of feeding information on one subject. That's the problem, in my opinion. So everyone loves Devon. Like everything that you talk about Devon, make video about Devon, it will get views. I just had I had last week Simeon Bozhidar. We talked about for an hour. He speaks very good English, so Bulgarian powerhouse, and he's a WAF world champ. He just won that tournament in Turkey and got like
Hmm.
2,000 views. I talked with Mindaugas Tarasaitis, released it yesterday. It has less than 1,000 views. Mindaugas got second there. And I'm like, we need to figure out how to build every top athlete up, not just ones that are heavyweights that already hold, because they're heavyweights, they are big. Because like I will send you the link. Watch the tournament that they just had. It was just
Okay.
amazing. It was just one of the best. Like the matchmaking on Engin's part was perfect. Neil said
Excellent.
couldn't done it even better. But the
I can't
problem
wait to
is,
see it.
how can we build up more arm wrestlers? That are the number ones. Not
Yeah,
just
well,
I have the camera and
we have to stick by our guns. And we're so far ahead, Coach Ray, of where we were back in the day. That's something, don't be frustrated. Do not let your heart be weary. We're going in the right direction.
yeah.
And I actually think this pandemic, in a weird kind of way, is helping the sport because the hunger is there. It's not taken for granted.
Yeah.
When we come back full, it will be much more appreciated. And we've got, from what I see, a bucket load of new fans and participants coming.
Yeah.
That without this pandemic, they would be out perhaps at the movie theater, at the bar, at the disco, or somewhere, not at home looking at these podcasts and things that are going on.
Yeah.
So sometimes from the worst things comes something great.
Yeah, I think that's the big part, the explosion of arm wrestling social media. That's absolutely the best part of all this. The worst part is all these hypothetical matchups that don't happen. It's like
Well, you can't let that eat you, man. You got to remember, there was a time when to go to these tournaments, you sat around and waited for a flyer to come in the mail,
oh man. Yeah.
with the phone number on it, and you call the tournament director,
Yeah.
you know, how late are weigh-ins? When can I get blah, 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 blah? Where is it? You're on the phone,
Yeah.
and then you drive and you get there and you don't know who's going to be there. Now everything is automated. Everything
You see
about everybody.
participants, you know who's driving there. You have Armbets app. You just
Yeah,
you can go on app and just take a look.
yeah, it's a brand new world. So for me, I mean, I understand that I'm a dinosaur in this thing. So for me, I think we've come 1,000% from where I was when we started. But I can understand the new generation saying it's not enough. It's not enough.
Yeah.
I understand it, but it's like just be patient and do it properly or the best you can, because there's no right or wrong.
Yeah. I
You
agree.
stick
I,
you
I
stick
I
to
I
it.
just should stop whining and just wait. It will happen.
Just
Yeah.
just keep coaching,
Just
right?
keep doing what I'm doing. Just
Keep on keeping on. Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. It's like the father bull and his son when they were standing at the top of the hill, right? When they looked down at all the cows, And the son said, Dad, I want to run down there and get one of those cows. And the father said, son, we're going to calmly walk down this hill and we're going to get them all.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Makes sense. Walk down, get them all. We're gonna get them all. Yeah, I expect every year to be bigger and bigger year for arm wrestling. I just want to bring some consistency and some organization into the sport. I want to, like, right now when Buff World Championships, which, like, we can say Zloty is the toughest, but Buff Worlds are, right there on
A true world championship.
true world championships. Exactly, because you don't win versus 2-3 countries. You win against 20 countries, against the best athletes
The
on.
best of the best.
Yeah, exactly. So
The best of the best clean athletes,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. I agree. And the problem is they get no fame. No one knows. No one knows who 65 kilo world champ is, 70, 75. They know maybe one athlete. So I'm thinking we need a system where we explain. So this is a list of WAF world champs. This is a list of WL champs. This is a list of PAL champs, Zloty Tour winners. These are, and you can make, okay, oh, makes sense. This is that guy. Right now it's kind of blurry. And whoever has the bigger camera, he's the champ.
Yeah.
The champ.
He who dies with the most toys wins.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't like that part, but I believe we can fix that part. It's just we need to figure out the right way to do it. Yeah.
Well, you have to have cooler heads at a negotiation table also.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that is hurting arm wrestling right now is egos.
Yeah.
And if people can't communicate, as you're saying, and put the sport above themselves in their organizations, you're just going to keep running into a brick wall. So an egoless arm wrestling situation would be the best, but that's a real tough recipe to cook.
Yeah. It's
everyone wants to be king shit.
Yeah.
When that should be decided at the table.
It should be. We should all do everything in best interest for everyone, not just yourself. And it's very hard to do it. It's very hard.
It's very hard to do because some people have invested X amount.
Yeah, and
of their time and their dollars, and
they want to get it back. They want to get it back.
And they're saying, I've done all this for this long. There's no way I'm going to bring you up to I did this. See, the key word, the evil word is I.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There'd be no I without.
Yeah, exactly.
You understand?
Yeah.
But some folks, they don't want to see truth.
Yeah.
Hats off to every single organization that has attempted and is still here. Hats off to those that have attempted and have failed. The effort was there. Like you said, no one gets into arm wrestling to make money. Maybe some of these newbies do now, but if that's the reason they got in, I can pretty much guarantee you they'll never be top dog.
No.
You understand?
Yeah.
They won't be that guy like I was at 15 years old, crying in bed because his arm hurt so bad. The meat ripped off the bone. You know what I mean? Can't pick up a fork to eat.
Yeah.
The people that think they're gonna hit the lottery at the arm wrestling table, no, you might as well start playing marbles.
Yeah, you should just do it because you love it.
Yeah, well, you can like it and fall in love.
Yeah.
Of
course, yeah. You can. What breaks my heart most than anything in arm wrestling is talented people who are not in love with the sport, who are just they kind of passing through, but they're so amazing, and the gifts are there, and everything is there, but they just like, I don't know, and it breaks
Well,
my heart, all the time.
don't let, you need to toughen up that skin, Coach Ray, because you're going to see a lot of that.
I know.
And of course, I mean, how long have you been in the sport now, Coach?
First time I got on table was 14, 15 years, something like that, 15 year for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've already seen it, and you've seen top guys come in and they're here for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And then the next time you see them, they've got 50 extra pounds of muscle on them, and they're the top dog.
Yeah.
They're the top dog for 2, 3 years, and you don't see them again.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like a decade arm wrestling,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know?
That's sad.
You're going to see a lot of that,
Sad. Yeah.
and it's not going to diminish. That's going to increase because of the numbers.
I
But it's
believe,
okay.
I think we need, like, the problem with all of the big sports, strength sports, combat sports, is the belief that we need to see some extraordinary looking people. And I'm like, no, we need to see fairness in the sport. So I'm a huge believer, and I'm right on the side of RVJ where he talks about doping. I'm like if I would have saying, we would test every tournament, and that would make competition better for everyone, because there's some of those guys that are really really good, but he just jumps onto some jack dude for no reason for two times in the
Yeah.
tournament, and he's out. And they are not, like, genetically they're not the same, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's still,
That's,
I know from experience, and I know you can beat those guys, maybe you're not on super heavyweight level, but almost on any class you can still beat those guys when you are
yes,
good, smart enough, fast enough,
yes.
arm
It's
wrestling.
been done. It's
It's
been
been
done.
done countless times.
It's been done.
But I really don't see benefit on encouraging people to do it and staying in a sport. You know,
You're
yeah,
so passionate about our sport. I love it. I love it, Brett. I can see it in you.
yeah. I really, I'm going. I'm thinking, like, how can I make better things? What can I do? It all
Right.
comes down to funding and things. Sometimes I'm thinking, like, what would I do if I would have a league? How I would make the contracts, about how I would make competition management, advertising, things like that. But in my head, I have recipe, but I'm scrolling it
Mm,
around all the time,
mm.
because I think arm wrestling, like we talked today, I think this will come out when we do the show with Fix a little bit later, maybe. So in Fix, we talked about some matches, and I said, so right now, let's say Michael and Devon is having that match, and there's considerable amount of money involved. But in my head, I'm like, where does this money come from? If this is the money that someone just gives to them, it's not sustainable, because
Larry Wheels.
it's just coming in. No one, if money comes from pay-per-view buys, we know that sport is worth something. But if the money just comes, you are giving it value, and I have not seen the value go somewhere. Usually we have seen a lot of matches on big money, on things like that, but they just, but if you do it, the thing where people are invested to pay and they want
Right.
to see the matches, or
Mm.
you have the pay-per-view, you have sponsorships, things like that, that makes more sense in my head for
Well,
sustainability.
that's what's going on. They're sponsoring this thing up.
Yeah,
Besides the endowment from Larry Wheels,
yeah,
and
yeah,
one thing we have to remember. That's why it makes me a little bitter when I hear people talking this match down. Are you kidding me? This is the biggest, very possibly the biggest thing we've ever seen, and on the eyeball level as well.
yeah,
But it's the first one.
yeah,
Let the first one happen,
yeah, yeah,
and don't be a critic unless you've got a couple $100,000. to go over there and run the show. Sit back and enjoy it.
Yeah, I just hope I'm the only expectation from me is that they move it somewhere so it doesn't stop, because you know from the histories how many times we have seen $10,000 match, 50,000, 15, doesn't matter, you know, they happening all the time in history, and most of the times they don't lead up to anything else. But for arm wrestling to grow, it should lead to something else. They should see that either promoter or other promote, because if one promoter can do it, other promoters can do it too. You know, they say, oh, they paid for it from pay-per-views, the pay-per-view buys, things like, you know how UFC finished the event, Dana White comes out and he's like, pay-per-views were this, Live Gate was this, you know.
Sure.
I think arm wrestling should do the same thing, just so we know where we are on that page.
Yes, on the business base, yes. Now you see myself, I'm not that guy that's trying to make it business. As you saw, you know, I produced those 2 shows in Moldova. Do you recall? We had you there once.
I love them.
Now that was a show. The first one, we had almost 300 athletes. We gave away 75,000 euro in that first event. We did not receive 1 dime of entry fee from our athletes.
Yeah, it was free competition for everyone. Yeah.
Not one. There's never for me, that was the best thing that I could do for my sport.
Yeah.
Just to share it, to let eyeballs see it. And that tournament's still on YouTube, which we ran that without a glitch, right?
Yeah.
On YouTube, no pay, no nothing, just enjoy arm wrestling.
Yeah.
And that's the only way that I was going to do that show, which it was all agreed upon. Everyone had the right attitude, I believe, that had anything to do with those 2 shows. And I would love to see that kind of thing going on again.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Because I mean, look, in 3 weeks, we did that show, the first show in 3 weeks, and people were saying, "Oh no, it's impossible. This can't happen." Anything is possible.
Yeah, people were very skeptical. I received so many. Did you see this? And I'm looking. I'm like, I don't know. I wrote to my Moldovan friends, and they're like, "Yes, it's happening." I'm like, "Okay, then we are going." Yeah.
Brother, if I put my name on it, I promise you. Well, you know now, right?
I know, of course, but you know, it's because it's in so short time. Everyone's kind of, everyone's like, what's going on here? Yeah. I like that kind of promotion. Imagine these, like, to do some event like you did. So how I was thinking about event 2. I'm like, how can we do that event again and again and again? If we're doing like 0 entry fee plus giving good money prizes, things like that, you need 2 things. All you need is YouTube account, and you need some sponsors, because like if competitions coming, competitors coming from all over the world, there's going to be a lot of eyeballs on it. You post each separate match on YouTube, you post compilations, you do some things like that, and in my opinion, that's sustainable. All you need is kind of that first big investment, and after that, it's just, and it keeps going. If you make another event, you know, because you can make a lot of money in YouTube. You can make a lot of money on advertising in YouTube.
I've heard that.
Yeah, and it's you just need a lot of eyeballs. And if all the top arm wrestlers, like I was looking, I'm like, oh my god, you know, all the lineups were crazy. So, I'm just sad that it ended, because that tournament, I kind even liked it better than the Grand Prix, you know. In some things, Grand Prix was awesome, you know.
Grand Prix was awesome, but that tournament itself, and I'll tell you, our brother, I had private conversation, of course, with our brother, God rest his soul, Andre Pushkar.
Okay.
He told me after that competition that it was one of his greatest events in his life.
Yeah.
at the arm wrestling table, and that was more money than he's ever won at an arm wrestling show.
It's, you know, what made everyone's kind of giving the announcer bad rap, all the comments, and everyone's like that. But I'm like,
They're
yeah,
idiots.
but you felt real good on a stage. Someone's encouraging you, talking about you, you know.
Hey,
Everyone's
in my eyes, he did an excellent job.
Yeah.
And that's why he was chosen.
Yeah.
Gregor Tarin. People should be tipping their hats to that guy as hard as he worked on that event.
That's why athletes will remember it.
Yeah,
like,
listen,
as an athlete, you want to feel special. You want to, like, someone says, like, it's not just, you know, they calling Cobra Rhodes, or Cobra Rhodes goes to the table, you know, and no one cares. It's like Cobra Rhodes, champ, you know, and starts saying things, and you get amped up. Everyone gets amped up, and, you know, it's great, you know.
Yeah. You know what? I have that whole feel good thing, which I don't think about, but like my friends would be mad about it. Here in the States, I'd be at competitions where certain people, they wouldn't announce me as Cobra Rhodes. They made it a point to not say Cobra.
They will say Andrew.
Yeah, just to make sure they weren't saying Cobra. In a sport we're trying to build.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you've got this guy, right? That the world calls Cobra, but you refuse to, because why? You know what I mean? So welcome to arm wrestling. Of course someone's going to complain about that man putting all of his energy out for that sport on that stage. That man was up there giving his heart. Calling those names into the microphone. And someone is going to find something wrong with him. Some troll arm wrestler sitting behind their keyboard, the keyboard warriors. You know who they are, right? I'm going to kick your ass. They know better than someone who is absolutely passionate about this and uplifting the game.
Yeah, we need to be more. Like, it's so easy to fixate on negative things or things that bother you don't like at any. And so sometimes I will stop myself, and I'm like, just enjoy what's happening, enjoy this competition. It doesn't matter what you think, you know. What's happening is happening. I always say, like, the greater goal is important.
Yeah, you know, and straight fact, man, when you get up the 70,000 euros to give away, pick your own damn announcer.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're going to watch a free show of the best arm wrestlers in the world live without a commercial, with no fee from your YouTube in Florida. No. You're watching live in Chisinau, Moldova, and you're going to complain about an announcer? Who are you? You must be really care about arm wrestling if you're going to find something wrong with that.
Yeah.
You know, that's the stuff that turns me off about arm wrestling. You know, but you're always going to have it, I guess. But we can supersede that. We can overcome all negative aspects.
Yeah, we all need to be better. I'm you know, I'm not, you know, completely, you know, white, you know, you're good, you know. I try to be. We should all try to be better, you know.
Yeah, we're all perfectly imperfect, brother.
Exactly. Yeah, perfectly imperfect. We just need to strive to be a little bit better, you know, and that's it. And
what people need to do is look into themselves and just be them. Don't be phony. Don't see someone and think, oh, I'm going to do that. I'm going to be yourself.
Yeah. Don't
be yourself. Think of your life lessons. Sitting arm wrestling aside, you know, I've learned a lot in myself about myself over these 55 years, you know, and I'm working hard on myself every day to be a better person.
I think that's the perfect way to end this. Yeah. So
Excellent.
thank you, Cobra, for having me.
Coach Ray, thank you. Sorry if I wavered off on different tangents, but you know, I'm just having a conversation with my buddy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
My
Thank you.
pleasure, brother.
We'll speak soon on his chat, whatever, you know. So
All right.
give some love.
Yeah, once you send me all of your subs,
Easy.
and
Yeah.
I'm over 1,000 now, but so now I need 4,000 viewing hours.
Yeah.
That's the magic number.
Yeah. We'll get them. Don't
I
worry.
just crossed 1,000
Yeah. We'll get them.
viewing hours.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother.